If you thought bachelor parties were just about drinking and bragging, then you probably haven't met these crazy people. They wake up with a lost groom, a tiger in the house, a police car driving away, and gangsters chasing their lives. Today we're talking about a classic hilarious comedy that is absolutely skeptical after watching The Hangover. The story begins with a stressful phone call. The wedding was 5 hours away and Doug was gone. Phil on the other end of the line was as anxious as a hot pan. "Tracy, we've lost the groom." Tracy's mom and dad didn't like Doug much to begin with, and this blows up even more, but this whole mess started 2 days ago. To celebrate his impending marriage, Doug drives to Las Vegas with his 3 best friends, dashing teacher Phil, cautious dentist Stu, and his eccentric brother-in-law to be Alan. It's worth noting that this foursome is a bundle of problems. Phil appears to be a loose cannon, but is in fact marriage-phobic. Stu is overwhelmed by his controlling girlfriend, Melissa, and Alan is an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder sufferer who behaves in a bizarre way that boggles the mind. Their group drove their father-in-law's old Mercedes-Benz W111 and arrived at the Caesar S Palace Hotel. Originally, they had only booked regular rooms, but Phil upgraded to the $4,200 per night presidential villa on a whim. Stu was worried about his credit card being checked by Melissa and was dead set on leaving a record of his purchases. At night, they raise a glass of wine on the rooftop, and the atmosphere is high, but the next episode will make them regret for the rest of their lives. Early the next morning, the trio wakes up in a daze to find the whole cottage in chaos. Stu's teeth are gone. There's actually a tiger in the bathroom, there's a chicken in the living room, and there's a baby hiding in the closet. To make matters worse, Doug the groom is missing.
Just calm down. We're fine. Everything's fine. Out. Oh, Stu, we don't have time for this. Look, let's go hook up with Doug. We'll deal with the baby later.
Phil, we're not gonna leave a baby in the room. There's a fucking tiger in the bathroom.
It's not our baby.
Yeah, I guess I was doing.
Why can't we remember a goddamn thing from last time? Ben.
Carlos.
They have absolutely no recollection of what happened last night. Instead, the doorman downstairs delivers a police car and says it's their car. Confused, they have to start at the hospital for clues. At the hospital, the doctor tells them that they were treated for a roofie, a powerful hallucinogen last night. They had gone to the hospital from a church. Following the clues, they arrive at the church only to be told the shocking news that Stu married a stripper last night and used his grandmother's World War II ring as his engagement ring. The bride, Jade, is an outgoing single mom and the baby is her son, but the 3 of them can't remember anything. As they try to make sense of the situation, a gang descends from the sky and threatens to hand over the man. The trio runs for their lives, but once again they lose their sense of direction. They recover Jed and return the baby, but not the ring. They are then arrested for stealing a police car and forced to participate in an embarrassing taser demonstration at the police station before being released. And that's not all. When they finally retrieve the Mercedes, they open the trunk and a completely naked man jumps out. It turns out to be Zhou, a violent and deranged Chinese gangster. He claims he was kidnapped by them and that $80,000 worth of chips were stolen from him.
Hey, Phil, what about my dad's car?
I'm sure Doug has it. We'll get it back.
Then I vote we torch the cop car and all this shit with it.
Torch it? Who are you?
I don't know, Phil. Apparently I'm a guy who marries complete strangers. This whole situation is completely fucked. These mugs
When they returned to their hotel room after a short break, an even more shocking scene appeared. The famous boxing champion Mike Tyson paid a visit to their door. It turned out that the tiger in the bathroom was Tyson's pet, and they had drunkenly borrowed the tiger from Tyson's house last night, leaving a surveillance video at his house. Tyson forcefully demanded that they send the tiger home or suffer the consequences. The three of them have no choice but to embark on the crazy task of returning the tiger again. They decide to drug the tiger's steak in the hope that it will be quieter during the trip. But the plan fails and the tiger wakes up halfway through the trip and goes on a rampage, even scratching Phil's neck and destroying the interior of the car. In the end, they have to push the tiger to Tyson's mansion. Although Tyson is grumpy, he lets them off the hook when he sees the safe return of his pet. This is the most ridiculous and zoo-quality scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, no shit, that was Mike Tyson. Just saying, he still got it. Yeah, his cousin Marcus who saw it when he said it blew his mind. I want to make sure I never, ever miss out on Haley's comic. So, if you guys know if there's gonna be one...
Chow threatens the three to return the chips or tear up the ticket, and what's even more alarming is that Doug is in his hands at the moment. They can only find a way to raise money to ransom him. Alan then admits that he put some drugs in their drinks the night before to make the atmosphere higher, thinking it was a high, but in fact it was a hallucinogenic roofing drug. So, they decided to rely on Alan's card-counting skills to play blackjack in the casino to try their luck. In the thrilling game, they really won back more than $80,000, ready to switch with Joe, but when they were expecting to usher in the hostage, it turned out to be a misunderstanding. The Doug is a drug dealer who also happens to be named Doug. With time running out and the wedding only a few hours away, Doug is still missing. As they are on the verge of a breakdown, the fake Doug overhears a comment, "How can anyone be on the roof if they're high on that drug?" This statement was like a bolt of lightning that woke Stu up in an instant.
Where is Doug?
They immediately rushed back to Caesar's palace and rushed up to the roof, where they found the real Doug sunburned, dry-mouthed, and in a trance. It turns out that they actually moved him to the roof as a joke that night, only to get high and broken themselves and forget all about it. Doug threw down the mattress to signal for help, the flying mattress they had seen earlier in the day.
Yes, you are. And Doug, that's why you need to focus and do everything that we say, because frankly, you're wasting a little bit of time right now.
My skin burns! Oh! Ow! God! Oh, stop it! Shut up! He's coming.
3.5 hours. Alan, where's the car?
It's on its way. You know what? We can drive there. We can make it, okay?
The crowd couldn't take a break and raced all the way back to Los Angeles, although a little late.
Hey, sorry, MapQuest took us on a really crazy route.
Doug still successfully married Tracy. The few chips in his pocket were the only spoils of this wild ride. At the wedding, Stu decisively breaks up with the controlling Melissa and agrees to meet Jed next week. At the end of the movie, Alan finds Stu's digital camera, which is full of photos from last night's wild party. They decide to look at them once and then delete
It was a
them.
real pleasure meeting you.
Fuck off.
Thinking about getting my bartender's license.
Suck my dick.
Remember my name!
But they both know that this night will be a miracle memory for the rest of their lives.